Plaintiff Franette McFarland says the defendant was a good friend of hers, and they used to smoke marijuana together. However, Franette suspects the defendant used crack, and that's how she lost nearly 100 pounds. She's suing for the balance on a cruise and emotional distress. Defendant Tasha Prince insists she is crack-free and has been sober for 18 years, and she only lost the weight after her father passed away. Tasha claims Franette knew she could not afford to repay her for the cruise right away, and she's countersuing for emotional distress.
Start with you.
Love, 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 love your show. I've been watching you for so long. I love you so much.
Thank you.
And I watch you so long that I can record some of your words. Somebody bother you or take something from you, don't take it to the streets. Bring them to Judge Mathis.
There you
Here
go.
I am.
There you
Keep
go.
it out the streets, civil. Well, I've been knowing the defendant since '98. Was a good friend of mine. We used to work together, done everything together as far as partying, that type of thing. She came over, we was gonna kick it for a minute. She said, roll something up. We drank and smoked, so we was smoking some weed. So I go in her glove box. Check this out, Your Honor. I go in her glove box.
The police will be waiting on you when you get off the plane.
That's what we did. That's what we did.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I was gonna roll something up, and I pulled out this napkin, and it was crumbs, crack crumbs. I'm like, oh, what is this? So this is something new that she's doing that she haven't been doing with me. So
Your Honor, that is not correct.
All right, I'll let you respond when she finishes the details.
So we hung around on
What'd you say
different levels.
to her?
She took it from my hand. I let it alone. I said, oh, well, I'm gonna leave that alone. But it was crumbs. I know what you do with crumbs. I've been out in the streets. I've used to sell it. And I hear you say you from the streets. Anybody got crumbs? What they gonna do with some crumbs? You can't sell them. And then I noticed the file sitting in the car. I'm like, she been doing some of that. So I'm like, okay, I just feed her out a long handle spoon. Let it go like that. So time went on.
Did you see any other signs?
Yeah, she lost weight. She used to be 200 pounds. Now she like 115. So she doing something.
Ma'am, you want to speak?
All this that she's saying here on national TV, I'm not aware of. It's all new to me, but that's okay.
This is the first time you've heard it.
This is my first time that I've ever heard it.
Ain't the first time you've seen it, though.
That's okay. It's the first time I've seen it and heard it, but that's okay. We'll do anything.
Tell me about you all's history together.
Okay, our history together, Your Honor. Me and the defendant has been knowing each other for several years. I met her on a job that we worked on. Worked there for about 14 years. I had a baby. She showed up at one of my baby showers that she was invited to. She brought a really, really nice gift. After she brought the gift, we began to become friends. We were really, really good friends. We never had any fallings out until one occasion that Miss McFarland called me and asked me would I take her somewhere? And I asked her where, and she asked me would I take her to check on some property? And I was like, okay, her being my friend and us not having any bad, understanding or whatever, I didn't ask any questions. So I assumed
you all ended up staying there 2 days.
Yeah.
It was a crack house.
So, no, it wasn't a crack house. We ended up at the Texas Department of Corrections.
What happened?
She had invited me on a trip to go see somebody that she had been dating and writing and befriending in the penitentiary. Me and my little girl that went down there and stayed 4 or 5 hours waiting in the car for her to meet this friend, only to find out there was not any property that we were down there to check on. We were down there to check on an inmate's personal property. So that's the first bad experience that I've had with Ms. McFarland. She has a history of just out of the blue calling me and, hey T this, hey T that. She's my friend, I love her. I'm the type of person that I do anything for my
So let me ask you about the comment she made. She said that you all hang out and do everything when you hang out. And that sounds like
smoking and drinking.
That sounds like, once again, she admitted to
smoking weed.
Marijuana.
Yeah.
But now she's saying crack was involved as well, which is a big
your crack test, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I have been crack-free.
How'd you lose those pounds?
Emotional stress. I lost my father back in 2002. And after I had my baby, yes, sir, unfortunately, I did. Okay. And when this defendant knew me, I had just had a baby. Okay. So, of course, I was overweight at that time. Anybody that's just had a baby would be overweight. Okay. When I lost my father, I lost the weight. Okay.
Let me get to you on the $1,000 you're suing her for.
Yes. Okay, I had paid the balance on the cruise. I was taking my son. We was going on a family cruise on a family reunion with my ex that I was with. Anyway, my son backed out at the last minute. I called my girlfriend like 2 weeks or a week before the cruise. I said, girlfriend, I got this cruise that I paid for. It's paid for, but you'll have to pay me back. I paid $11.07 for it, but you can just give me $500 for it. Okay, dog. Yeah, dog. I want to go. I ain't never been on a cruise. I ain't never been nowhere. Yeah, I want to go. I give you money.
When was she to pay the $500?
I just told her she can pay me when we get back.
When was that?
We got back June the 18th. It was from June of 12. Yes.
All right.
From June the 14th to June the 18th.
And when you began to ask for it, what were you told? What have her excuses been?
Well, she never came to me and said when she was going to pay it, when she was going to start, so I came to her. Girlfriend, you know, you still got me on your list. You need to get me off your list. Make payments to me or something.
What would she say?
I'm going to pay you, dog. I'm going to pay you. I got
and
your
she
money.
Hasn't paid. All right. What emotional distress are you suing?
Your Honor, I have these texts that she texts me 100 words just cussing me out, saying, I got your money, but you don't come at me all kinds of ways.
Okay.
Just talking
How much
crazy.
money do you want for her cursing you out?
Well, not for just her, not just for her cussing me out, but talking crazy. I've had to.
How much do you want for her talking crazy?
$550.
For her talking crazy?
Yes.
Sound like a crackhead to me, Your Honor.
He texts me 100 words just cussing me out, saying, I got your money, but you don't come at me all kinds of ways.
Okay.
Just talking
How much
crazy.
money do you want for her cursing you out?
Well, not for just her, not just for her cussing me out, but talking crazy. I've had to.
How much do you want for her talking crazy?
$550.
For her talking crazy?
Yes.
Plaintiff Franette McFarland is suing her former friend and claims the defendant lost 100 pounds using crack.
What do you want to say about the money she alleges you owe and about you cursing at her?
Okay, Your Honor. First of all, when Miss McFarland called me and asked me to go on the cruise, I explained to her then, I said, hey, friend, I don't have it like that. I said, if I go, it will be something that I have to pay you out.
If she had said that, she would have been on the
finish,
cruise.
ma'am.
Meaning, Your Honor, I'm letting her know, look, friend, I wouldn't mind going with you, but at this point, I don't have it like that. It would be something that I would have to pay you out. At that point, Your Honor, she was like, oh, well, at this point, you know, it really don't matter. I just don't want to go by myself. Her son didn't want to go with her, Your Honor. Her son did not want to go.
Yeah, she didn't say anything when you were talking. So don't you act ignorant.
Right.
She didn't.
She's already showed that side, but that's okay.
Yeah, I was becoming proud, and then you start talking crazy. You talking about somebody talk crazy, you sound like you're talking crazy. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. And as I was stating to you, Your Honor, I told her, I said, well, friend, if I go, it'll be something that I have to pay you out. Meaning, I don't have it right now, but I'm willing, you know, to pay you back.
Was there a date?
There was never a date, Your Honor. And I want to state, please.
Okay, but you still owe $500. You admit to that?
I do admit to
All right, but you say there was no deadline on the repayment.
There was never an agreement made, Your Honor. Can I just stress this one thing? When I explained to Miss McFarland that I would have to pay you back, I would think at that point, anybody with intelligence that wanted their money back would have some point said, okay, well, friend, if you're going to go on this cruise, can you give me $100 up front? Can you give me $50 while we're there? Can you give me $50 on the way back? And then, you know, we'll have some kind of understanding. Money was never an issue. Okay. She never asked me for a dime.
Right. And let me compliment you again. I mean, I'm very impressed with your intelligence. It's rare that we have a crackhead that comes in here and talks like that. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Well, at least that's what you say, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
That she is.
They dress like this either, so.
But are you or aren't you?
Your Honor.
Are you or aren't you?
No, I'm not, sir.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I will admit this. I have had some problems in my life, but I've been recovered from crack cocaine for 18 years, so.
And you can tell. And you're absolutely right. You can tell that you have been in recovery for 18 years. Yeah, congratulations. Now you didn't pass it on to her.
Thank you.
Because she interrupting, acting a fool. That's how a crackhead acts.
Thank you.
Go ahead. You ever catch her with some crumbs?
I've caught her with several things, Your Honor, but I'm not going to bring her business to national TV. What she does, she know what she does.
Now, what's the emotional distress for?
Yes, Your Honor. On June 18th, the defendant texted me and asked me about the pictures because we took several gorgeous pictures. Well, I did. I took several gorgeous pictures.
Well, hers were ugly?
Well, no, I'm not going to say that, Your Honor, but what I will say.
What happened?
So the whole time she was running around a cruise with this other man, because originally, can I just bag up 1 minute? Your Honor, originally the cruise was not a girlfriend cruise. The cruise was originally for her and her son, but unfortunately, I believe the reason her son didn't go with her is because she was going with her lover. Okay. She left her man at home, which was, and went on the cruise with. I'm done. I think I'm leaving my kids behind, my man behind, all my stress behind to go be with my girlfriend. Only to find out, Your Honor, that when we get to Houston to get ready to go to Galveston to get on the boat, gets in the car. And his kids get in the car, all their bags, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? Not to mention, Your Honor, we were supposed to be put up at her aunt's house. All the way down the road, she said, I wonder why he ain't answering the phone. He ain't answering the phone. He always do this. He always do that. Not to mention, he really probably didn't want her to stay, but she's making sure that that's where we stay. She puts me up in his kid's room. I stay in a house with no water. Didn't have no water. Didn't have no air.
This the guy from jail?
This is the guy that no, this is another guy.
This is another.
This is her lover. This is her lover, Your Honor, that's in Houston. She has a man that she lives with.
One fresh out of prison, the other one don't have water in his house.
That's not true.
Let's get to the emotional distress.
My emotional
What has she done to you to cause you to receive a judgment for $1,500?
Okay, well, first of all, Your Honor, the defendant kept texting me about the money, and I explained to her, I said, Miss McFarland, when we got back from the cruise,
how did her asking for her money cause you emotional distress?
Because, Your Honor, first of all, there was never an agreement of when we were going to get the money to her.
There wasn't a date. There was an agreement, but
the
there was no date.
emotional stress came in when I started to have some problems, and I let Miss McFarland know what those problems was. She just began to harass me.
Like what?
Calling me, saying, hey, I need you to get me off your list, put me first.
That's collections.
Okay, but the thing about it is why...
You ever been late on a bill?
I have, Your Honor, but one thing about
isn't that what they do?
I have an understanding of when my bill is due.
You're talking about talking crazy to you, though. The bill collectors talk extra crazy.
Exactly. I want my money.
So she was just doing what bill collectors do. I'm not giving you $1,500 for her talking crazy to get her money.
No,
now,
that's not.
Tell me about the deadline. She says there wasn't a deadline. You say the deadline was when you returned?
That's why I had asked her to pay me $50 every 2 weeks.
Did she tell you 50?
She never asked me how.
Did you ever pay her 50?
I did, Your Honor.
Let's see it. So, and there was...
I also tried to pay her again.
What happened?
I tried to pay her, Your Honor, and I even contacted her by text. She would not come. She wanted to come see you. Stay in a house with no water. Didn't have no water. Didn't have no air.
This the guy from jail?
This is the guy that no, this is another guy.
This is another.
This is her lover. This is her lover, Your Honor, that's in Houston. She has a man that she lives with.
One fresh out of prison, the other one don't have water in his house.
That's not true.
Plaintiff Franette McFarland is suing her former friend and claims the defendant lost 100 pounds using crack.
Ma'am, you show a receipt. You paid her.
And now $50. She did not come and pick up that payment, Your Honor.
Why you say due $350 as if she did?
No, what I'm saying, that was the receipt
$450 is your judgment. She provides me with the receipt that appears that she paid.
Thank you. I love you, Judge Mathis.
Thank you.
That's it. That's all I want, my money. Thank you very much. Don't hate the player, hate the game. How about that?
I hate you.
Got two. Maybe
I hate you, boo.
Do what How about that? Thank you very much. George, you the man.
Okay.
You cooler than a fan. I came for my money, and that's all I wanted. We are done.
And guess what?
Out of here. Don't hate the player, hate the game. You have nothing to say, baby girl.
Money in the mailbox.
You have nothing to say. You don't know nothing about this.
You don't know what I've been going through.
You got a free ride.
No friend.
You got a free ride. You got on the plane anyway.
But guess what? I got rid of you.
I got my money.